To invest $4 million plus to slaughter innocent animals in some stupid manner when there is absolutely no proof. There is absolutely no evidence whatsoever to say this will actually make it safer to swim in the ocean. So it's absolute rubbish. There are animals out there, there are other sea life out there that will also be caught up in this rubbish. So please, everybody, make sure you keep spreading the word. We can stop this because the united people have never lost anything ever in our history. We have to live in harmony with the environment. Until we, as a people, as a race, can start to work in harmony with our sea life, with our environment, we are the ones that will be in demise, because the Mother Nature will come back, we won't. So this is an important moment in our history to stand up every time this happens and meet like this and scream out and make sure our voices are heard to make a difference in this country. Thank you.
The fact that you've come here in your hundreds today shows that even though this appalling behaviour is happening on the other side of our continent, you care enough about it to be here today to make sure that two things. First of all, that they reverse that stupid decision in Western Australia for the indiscriminate culling of sharks. It's a bad decision. And secondly, to make sure that this never, ever happens in South Australia. As someone said last time, you've got more chance of being killed by a vending machine falling on you than you have of being killed by a shark in the sea. They're the statistics. We know them. The Barnett government is out of control. They are out of line. They do not speak for Australians. You need to make your voice heard in the lead up to the election. Thank you very much.
During the last 50 years since my shark attack, I've tried and get people to understand the sharks better, to realise what their usefulness in our ocean is. The amount of money that is being spent in Western Australia to kill a few sharks on their journeys from long distances away will have to go on forever to be able to protect his beaches as such. I've actually done lots of talks around the world, and people are really quiet, like they are now, when you start talking about sharks, because nobody wants to be eaten alive. And what I really feel about this whole thing is, if they could spend so much money on killing a few sharks, why can't they spend that amount of money on understanding them, researching them, finding out why there are more in that one particular area, and if they can do something about it. Many times I thought I was a pretty lonely voice out there, and I'm really, really, really happy to find so many people come today and to support this actually. Let's look out for, but look after the sharks. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Some people think that we might actually support a shark cull. Now, I talked to some of my wrecked fisho brothers and sisters, and not one of them supports this. Not one. Not one single one. I mean, that guy who caught the shark in WA on Australia Day of all days didn't even know what species it was. He was close enough to shoot it 4 times. 1, 2, 3, duh, I think it's a bull shark. You bloody amateur. The government needs to wake up. I mean, what a ridiculous idea, baiting lines so close to popular swimming beaches. Are serious parts of their brain missing or what? Yes. Sharks migrate vast distances. They've got thousands of tiny pores in their noses that help make up this very, very fantastic sensory organ. They can detect 1 drop of blood in more than 4.5 million litres of water. So setting up these drum lines everywhere is doing a bloody good job of buoying up these beaches that they're trying to protect. Sharks are part of our national identity. You might as well cull Vegemite. We all, as Australians, need to stand up to these politicians and remind them they're supposed to work for us. They are making the entire Australian populace look like a mob of brainless drongos, which then makes it a national issue.
All of you wonderful people who have all bothered to show up. I'm overwhelmed with how many people are here today. So I would like to first take a moment for everyone to give a massive cheer for everybody here, for everybody that's bothered to get up, come in the heat, stand in the heat and try and avoid the heat in the shade and have their voices heard. Let's have a massive cheer.
Keep our sharks off the hook!
No bait, no hate.
Keep our sharks off the hook!
Thank you all for coming.
Save our sharks. SOS.